Hey, can you guys hear me? I think. All right, yeah. We should be up and going. Everybody good? Go ahead and type something up if you guys can see me and we're all good here. Hey, 6 people live. Let's go, guys. We're gonna have some good analysis here. Let's get it. So we're about to start the stream any second now. All right, we're seeing people. Yeah. I'm not gonna type because I'm not trying to have everybody hear the key sounds. But what is going on, guys? Who's ready to do some analysis? All right, so I'm probably just gonna get right into it. All right, let's get it. Charlie Brown, my guy, was good. All right, so here's what we have going on. I'm gonna keep peep back in here to see what you guys are saying, and then I'm just gonna be going through this one watch list right here. This is what I usually day trade, guys. So this is like my day trades the stocks that I go through, and then I also have another watch list right here of all my swing trade stocks that I go through when I'm looking for swing trades. So we'll go through that next, okay? All right. Double voice. Okay, so let's fix that. Hold up. You still hearing double voice? All right, so I guess we're having some technical issues, guys. I'm just trying to make sure that the audio is not so messed up. No more double voices? All right, cool. So we're going to get it going. All right, cool. So I said I'm good. Thank you. All right, so let's get into it, guys. It probably was just something wrong on my end. I have my iPhone maybe a little too close. Okay, so let's get right into it. We're gonna keep it quick because I've watched these videos myself and I see that they can kind of go on forever. So we'll get right to it. So Apple, nothing real too much to see here. Made new highs today. Not something you're really gonna want to swing trade right now because it's so overextended. And we also have earnings coming. Earnings season, baby. Let's get it. Okay, so earnings are gonna be what? That's the day before Halloween, right? The 30th. That's a Wednesday, I think. So yeah, like Wednesday, 2 weeks from now, we're gonna have earnings on Apple. So let's stay away from it. Oh yeah, and guys, just so you know, I'm looking at a 1 year and 1 day chart. This one zoomed in a bit, I think. But yeah, these are all 1 day candles. Okay, so just so you know. Actually, you know what? Instead of starting off going down the list, let's go straight to Qs and SPY. So this is the market, guys. This is like the Nasdaq ETF, and then this is going to be the S&P ETF. So these really kind of decide what the whole market's doing. And as you can see on both the SPY and the Q, we're approaching new highs here. Let me pull up the Q so you can see. Again, approaching new highs, so we're kind of indecisive. This is all really going to have to do with how earnings go, how the meetings with China, with the tariffs are going to go, and kind of just how the state of the economy as a whole is going to be. So it's pretty plausible, guys, for it to go down to here. That's completely possible. And then what could be bad for us is if we make a break below and start making these lower lows here, that could be pretty bad for our economy and we could start really dumping down. If that happens, you're going to see an increase in gold. But for right now, let's not even think about that, right? Hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay, so we got 5 people. Hey. Okay, guys, so if you have any questions or any stock tickers that you guys want me to check or analyze, go ahead and drop the tickers in. Just put just put the tickers. I should be able to find it. And I'll do a little analysis on what you guys want. Okay, so let's jump in going down the list. So AMD. AMD, again, guys, a lot of these are going to be at a funny time because earnings coming up. So we have earnings the 29th of this month. So you still, what is it? It's the 21st. So you still have like a week or two to swing these. No, not 2 weeks. I'm sorry. You have like about a week to swing these. So it's not too risky to get in before earnings, but this is not really something I do. But I wanted to get one of the live stream up, so let's keep going. So AMD doesn't look bad right here. If we didn't have earnings, I'd actually like it quite a bit because we have a nice uptrend, I'd say here, and kind of a little bit of a resistance here that it looks like it's breaking through, and hopefully maybe we can come and test these highs. That's why I got alerts set up right here. So AMD's looking good right now. It's looking healthy, looking strong. Moving on to Amazon here. Guys, not so healthy, not so good. Obviously Amazon's a great company and they're taking over, but I don't like the way it's hanging below this SMA here. You guys see it creates a support here, and the support holds, and then it breaks through it. Now we're getting rejected by that SMA, and that doesn't really look healthy to me. So hopefully we have some good earnings here, which I'm sure they have some good news coming for us on the 24th, right? All right, so hey, and gals, guys, you better not forget about the females out there, okay? Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Beth. Shout out, Beth. Let me say that right now. Because you know what? Where would we be without the ladies, right? And I love to, guys, I love to see the female traders out there. I look on Instagram. I think like 14% of my followers are female. It's like the weirdest thing to me. I'm like, why is it all guys that trade stocks? Where are the girls? So Beth, I'm super happy to have you in here. I didn't even know that we have some females calling up. I never see you in the Discord. You know, you got to get them in the Discord. All right, so moving past Amazon, let's go to Alibaba. Again, guys, this is kind of just looks a lot like the Qs and the SPY. You know, if you look at them, they look very similar to Baba, Amazon, all this stuff. Baba's a little bit better, a little bit better. Remember, we have what is it, like the Chinese? I don't want to say Chinese New Year because that's not it. It's the Chinese Black Friday. I think is like November 11th, if I'm not mistaken. That's gonna be really good for Alibaba. So we'll see how that goes, and we have earnings coming up too. Okay, so that's going to be a little bit before the Chinese, what is it, the Chinese Black Friday. Guys, I'm not even sure that's proper term. Don't get mad at me for saying that, okay? I'm friends with somebody from a different country, and he's telling me that that's what they call it. So if I'm being offensive, please let me know. I won't call it that anymore, but I think that's like what they call it, and that should be pretty good for Alibaba, but the thing is about Alibaba is if they have some good news and stuff, it's probably going to be trumped by whatever the SPY or the Qs do. Whatever the Nasdaq and the S&P, the market as overall are doing is pretty much going to dictate this. I mean, earnings are going to be its own thing, but earnings, I don't like to play earnings because they're a gamble. So let's keep it pushing here. Now we got Bank of America, one of my favorites lately, okay? We actually have like a really solid support and resistance forming here. So you can see it just came and tested this support here, and we were able to bounce off. And then we also have a couple ranges of resistance. So we have one here, we've got another one here. So I'd say Bank of America is a bit of overextended right now. So not a bad time to load up on some puts, in my opinion, or maybe get short because, yeah, I mean, Bank of America did just have earnings, so we're going to have to wait for that to settle out a bit. So, yeah, it might push up and make new highs, but we'll see a pullback coming soon. What goes up must come down. You know, that's everybody knows that. You know, check out my last YouTube video if you want to learn a bit more about things going up and down. I have a little pattern video, but just a new video. I'll actually talk more about that later in the stream. So let's keep going. Let's push it through. Now we have Beyond Meat. Okay, not good, guys. As you can see, people don't like the plant-based materials. Have you seen the latest South Park? Okay, I like the plant-based materials, but guys, I mean, this kind of just looks like almost like a pump and dump. Not a classic pump and dump, but I mean, what is this? It just looks like it got hyped up and now it's just kind of falling off. We'll see how it does at earnings, but I'm not really looking for this thing to go too crazy. So yeah, downtrend right now. We'll see how it does at earnings. Okay, we'll keep it pushing. Facebook. So again, something that resembles a lot like the SPY and the Nasdaq. Kind of just waiting for these new highs, guys. When these stocks make new highs, like a lot of these stocks are having like a resistance range right around the same area where the Qs and the SPY are at. Guys, when these resistance levels are broken, like you can see Facebook's isn't new highs. If you go back to SPY, it's like having trouble at the highs here. But Facebook here, we're having a nice resistance here. So once the markets start going up and we break this level, Facebook, I assume, in my opinion, I think it's going to go nutty, straight towards the all-time high. I do believe that. So I'm watching Facebook close above this, past 190, between 190 and 195 is when it could take off. Above 195, it's definitely bullish. So I'm actually going to put another alert. How many do I have? Sometimes they don't all show. I only have one alert, so I'm going to put another one here. Doesn't really matter. I just want to have another one. So I really am aware when Facebook is going off, but I really will be because when Facebook goes off, all these other stocks are going to be. So gold. I usually don't trade this stock, but lately, I don't trade it at all, honestly, but I usually keep track of gold with future. So I usually use /GC, but lately I've been using the ETF gold. I mean, guys, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. I think this one has might have options. It might not. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but As you can see, options. Gold is going down a bit here, which kind of indicates that the market's going up. What I mean, it kind of is compared to this big drop we had. It kind of is recovering. If you draw a resistance line here, you can see that it is above there, and we are doing okay. So gold, it does make sense for it to be going down. It looks like it's about to continue this downtrend, so might not be a bad short, but whatever. Now Johnson & Johnson, everybody's favorite, very unethical and just one of those companies, definitely very unethical company, guys, Johnson & Johnson. But I do like to, I day trade it sometimes because it has some decent setups. I'm looking at the pattern here. There's really no pattern that I like here. It seems like it's just a horizontal pattern ever since this big drop, and I just don't really see anything great about it. It might be a little bit oversold right now. That's all I really had to say about Johnson & Johnson. Moving on to Microsoft. Let me check on the live stream, make sure we're all doing good. Okay. Nobody's saying anything's messed up. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna get to the tickers you're calling out. I just wanted to check on that and make sure that nobody's having some issues with the audio or anything like that. So moving on to Microsoft, this is a better one. This is a nice uptrend stock. Not something you're going to see a pullback pattern, ABCD pattern, anything like that. You're not going to see that really on Microsoft for the swing trade patterns. This is really a mean regression. So for mean regression, that really refers to a stock that's going up. And anytime it's really down a little bit, you can see like right here, it's kind of down. It's not a bad time to buy because these stocks tend to just keep going up and up and up. And I'm sure if we check this out in 10 years, this is going to be the lower spot. Okay, it's going to keep going up and to the right. This is kind of just how they go, especially Microsoft. So, did the earnings already happen? I think they might have. No. Okay, so they're going to happen on Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday we have earnings for Microsoft, so that's gonna be interesting. So I'm sure the earnings are gonna be pretty good. We're pretty close to the new highs here, so that'll be an interesting one. Like I said, guys, I don't play the earnings reports. Like I don't buy before earnings. That's kind of a gamble in my eyes. I like to see how they react to the earnings and then play them after that. Netflix, it's been a tough one lately. A lot of red days lately. But which is weird is, I guess not really. I guess it was just two big red days that kind of clouded my judgment on that one. But yeah, nothing too great here. I mean, I liked it more when it was in this range, when it had that big spike up and it kept kind of going up, and then, that kind of fell off, and we've been having trouble ever since then. So I mean, I'm staying away from this until we can at least break above this right here, this support that it's built and resistance right here. So you can see a nice support point and a nice resistance point. It's gonna have to break above that for me to even consider swinging it. I'll day trade it if the pattern's proper, but I mean, guys, we all know that day trading really doesn't have much to do with I know that's not true. There is a lot. Day trading does have a lot to do with the swing trade pattern, but not as much. So let's just keep it going. Only have about 5 more here, and then I'll take some suggestions, and then I'll go into my swing trade watch list, which is longer, and you'll see how there's some differences. Remember, these are just the stocks that I usually day trade, but a lot of them overlap with my swing trade watch list. So checking out NVIDIA here, another company I like to trade a lot, more day trades. It has a decent pattern if you look at it. It's definitely, the past couple months, definitely an uptrend here. I actually like it over new highs. So yeah, I like this above the new highs. So if it can break above this and close above this, I guess let's just call it 200. New highs, if it can break new highs and close above them. So that's the most important part, is that the candlestick will close above here. Then I would consider that a nice long position to continue the uptrend. Qs we've already done. Let's go to Roku. Roku I like. I don't know why this line's here. Let me remove that. But it had this big sell-off, and now we're starting to curl back up. So I do like that. I mean, it has good momentum right now. I'd say the same pretty much analysis as NVIDIA. If it's able to break this high right here and close above that high, I'd say it's a decent swing. I would just be careful holding through earnings. So let's keep it pushing. SPY we've done, and now Tesla. Tesla, guys, I'm the biggest fan of Elon Musk, okay? I actually work at a valet where I drive cars, so I've driven every Tesla model. I love the car. I couldn't be a bigger fan of Elon Musk, but the stock, I'm not the biggest fan of. Sure, right now it does look okay because it finally, and when I say finally, I mean finally broke above the SMA. It's been forever since I remember, let me just try to go a little wider here. I remember back when I was in college really, really focusing on this area right here. This was recent. really focusing on this horizontal pattern we had going on in the Tesla, and that just totally got wrecked when it broke 300 and broke below the 300 price point. And we've just been having a horrible time trying to get back up. We had a nice spike up here, and the pullback didn't go too far, so I actually do like it. Looks like what is about to break new highs. So I mean, the earnings could totally be the catalyst to push this thing insane and get back over to 300. But we'll see what happens after the earnings, because personally, Elon and Tesla, they don't have great history with earnings reports. Let's be honest, they miss their marks a lot. So I'm not betting on Tesla, even though I do like Tesla a lot and I am a big fan of the company. Okay, so let's go back. So we got some stocks shouted out here. So let's get right into it. Okay, USAC. Let's go, Charlie Brown. Let's see what we got. USAC. This is steel, right? No, I don't know. I thought I knew what this was. Anyway, let's not make me look any more dumb than I already do, all right? Let's keep it going. I'm going to change this to the 1 year, 1 day. So, yeah, I actually do like this. It does look very similar to the Qs and the SPY, but I just like the fact that it made new highs today, or it broke above this little area here today. You can tell that it's bullish today, and you can see, guys, what I was talking about earlier about closing above the highs. You see how today it closed here? That's great. So tomorrow I'd expect good things from this. I mean, it's due for a pullback. It'll probably come back to this range at some point, but I mean, it looks very strong right now. It's hanging right at about that 18 area. It looks good to me, but we do have earnings coming up, so keep that in mind. Okay, let's keep it going. USAC, VLO. Let's see what we got. Valero. Wow, okay, actually, guys, I'm glad I did this. I like this stock too. Yeah, again, it looks like it. This is exactly when I was talking, I think it's NVIDIA and I think Roku when I was saying when it breaks this and closes above it. And then we just seen that with USAC, how it closed above it. Now, if we go to what was just recommended, what is it, VLO? We can see that this is like what I expect to or what I want to happen. You see how it breaks these highs here? It breaks this resistance with this candlestick, and then this candlestick closes above the highs. And then I said this is the typical day like where I would open a swing position, because this is what you expect. You expected the uptrend to continue and for it to keep going. Now, if you were to buy this first day, you might think it's overextended compared to all this. I mean, if you were to go back down, you're about to lose about 5%. But if you bought in that first day and you held till now, you're closing at about 6.5%. That's great. And how many days is that? Let me see that again. Excuse me, guys. 9 days, including weekends and stuff. So that's really what I'm looking for, is this continuation. As far as Valero actually right now, or VLO, I think earnings are coming up any day now, right? Yeah, so earnings are this Wednesday. No, wait, maybe Thursday. Bad math. But it's just a little overextended. It's a little bit overbought right now. Definitely could keep going. Definitely could make even higher highs, but just a little bit of a gamble for me. Sorry about that. A little bit too overextended for my liking. I'm about to just plug in my laptop. But yeah, so I probably wouldn't go long on it, but like if you were able to get in like here, I love the trade. Okay, guys, it's just a little bit too far for me now, you know? And let me just preface that by saying, if I was to get in here and I was still in, what I would do is I wouldn't be necessarily looking to sell, because like I said, it could totally continue ripping up. So what I would do is move my stop loss off. If I was to, let's say, get in a position here, I most likely would put my stop loss at the low of that candle. Now, as that goes up, I'm going to break, once I have about a 2% gain locked in, I'm going to raise my stop loss up to break even. And then once that keeps going, I'm just going to keep raising my stop loss. So right now, I'd probably have my stop loss right at about there, you know, so I can still lock in profits, but it still gives it room to keep on going, okay? So that's just what I would do. Snapchat. Oh, I love it. Let's go. When are Snapchat earnings? Are those tomorrow? No, I'm looking at this weird. They are tomorrow. Wow, Snapchat earnings are tomorrow. Aftermarket. Okay, so the Snapchat earnings are going to be 4 p.m. or at least when the aftermarket tomorrow. Okay, so don't expect any crazy action tomorrow, even though it did kind of looks like it has some today. Now, if earnings for Snapchat, guys, are good, you're going to see this go through the roof, because everybody's been waiting on Snapchat. Everybody wants to see Snapchat succeed, and it kind of just wasn't the greatest IPO, you know, so people want to see Snapchat do well. I like how it's kind of had this nice uptrend since here, and you can see at the earnings calls, you can see an increase in volume, and you don't see a big drop. You don't see a big drop here at this earnings call, and at this next earnings call, you have actually a nice increase in the break of new highs, and that's our last highs. So maybe we'll see the trend continue and we get new highs for the earnings report tomorrow, but I'm definitely not expecting that. But it does look good the way that it's kind of pulled back to this SMA here. You can see that it absolutely has some type of support here. But with earnings, you just never know. But I think some good things will come of Snapchat. So I'm going to go ahead and put an alert right at about 1520 above there. Sounds good to me, okay? Because just judging by this resistance they have here and support here, I kind of want to know when it gets close to 16. I'll probably put another one when it breaks above 16. How about that? Alrighty. Now, just something I'm going to say while my computer takes forever, because it takes forever when I'm live streaming, is if you guys like this, please let me know. And I'll start doing these I'm down to do this stuff every day, but I'll do it once a week to start off. But let's start off small. Okay, so Snap UNG next. Okay, I'm sorry guys. I'm saying all right. Let me. No, okay, Rich. No, companies don't all go through earnings at the same time. I think it's just based on how they report based on their quarters of their own thing going on. But no, this is earnings season, so you're gonna see a ton of companies going through earnings reports these next couple of weeks. That's just I don't really know why they do it like that. Honestly, I'm gonna have to ask the market maker. But let's keep going. So we're on UNG. Okay, so guys, if I missed your messages, don't worry. I'm gonna get to it as I go down. Is this natural gas? Is this another ETF for natural gas? What am I doing? I can just tell by looking at it. I think it is. So I like to look at /NG for natural gas. Yeah, this is definitely an ETF, but I can't tell if this is. Some of them have to do with crude oil as well. To me, this looks like it's just a natural gas ETF, but it might also be like a crude oil one infused. But UNG, guys, I mean, if I had more people going, I would try to get more of a discussion going on this, but I don't think we're live enough in here to really get a good analysis with everybody. I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. I don't like it. Okay, guys? UNG is good. Natural gas is good because when the colder months come in, we're going to see a big spike like we did last year. This is November of last year. Look at this spike, which is, I assume, why this is being shared again. But the thing is that last year's spike was almost abnormally high. And the price of natural gas, it's considering that spike that happens for the colder weather. That's already being priced in, and that's why I'm not very bullish on this. But let me just go forward to /NG, which should look very similar because this is just an ETF. Let me get rid of this open day interest. I hate how it just always includes this in my graph every time I restart Thinkorswim, because this is not part of my, part of my studies. It's super annoying. But yeah, so yeah, this is the past one was definitely a natural gas ETF. This is a natural gas future. I guess above the blue SMA, it's going to be a good buy. You could buy it right now, but that's just a little bit of a gamble. Like I said, who knows to what extent they have the cold weather priced in already. We really don't know because we're not market makers. So what we really need to do is trade based on the technical analysis of what the market makers show us through the patterns that develop through these things. So at this point, considering where we are, I'm not bullish on it yet. When it breaks above here, maybe I'll be a bit more bullish. But I mean, it can totally pop up through all this and have a great winter like it did last year. Let me try to go a little wider and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so you can see this is going to be October of last year, so right around the same time. This is right about the same time as last year, and it had this massive spike for the cold weather. I just want to go ahead and show that if you look back to the previous months, this always happens. There's a big spike for this December month, but that sometimes can be priced in. Like if you see this for December here, look at this drop, and it doesn't really come back up until January or the end of. It looks like the end of November and January, but during December, you can see this big drop off. So if you're willing to hold for more of a drop, then go ahead. If you're a little bit more ballsy about your trades, go ahead and get in UNG because I don't think it's a bad swing. I just think that it could totally go down some more before you see some profits, and I just wouldn't want to risk maybe a 10% loss. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna go up because of this cold weather. Let me put it like that. But I like to buy in with the momentum. The trend is my friend. If it's not going up, I don't want to be part of it. Okay, so let's keep on going here. UNG. I won't buy JNJ. Totally fine. Tiva. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Let me change my thing real quick. Yeah, no, teach their own. J&J, you said you won't trade it. I totally agree with you. They're a dishonest company. They're unethical to all extents. I really am not a fan of J&J, from the baby products to the opiates, all the way down. Not a fan. So Tiva, I actually like this. Look at this curling up we're getting here. This actually looks pretty good, and I love the way it closed on these. I love how it closed where it did. It didn't go back below into these candlesticks where it closed. And we still have a couple days until earnings. We have a decent amount of time. Yeah, so November 7th, we still have a decent amount of time on Tiva, or TEVA. I actually like this. The only thing I'd like to say is if you look at previous months where it curls up and it curls up, there's no telling when it's going to stop. So just be careful if you're going to go ahead and get long, because you really don't know when it's going to stop. And when it does stop, pay attention. Maybe you want to buy some puts and get on the way down, because it most likely will make lower lows when it decides to go back down. Keeping it going, Tiva. Okay, so yes, Richie, we already went over that. No, they don't all go through the same time. This is just earnings season, like I said before. I'm sure you heard it. Okay, I know I can Google it, but shit, just asking. No, bro, of course. I'd rather you ask it in here than Googling it. And you know what? Google can be very tough and annoying sometimes. So let's just keep it going. Hey, what's going on, Rich? Disney. I like that. Disney's on my other watch list. I don't know if we're going to have enough time to get into this swing trade watch list. The Patches game is almost starting, but you know what? Here's what I'll do for you guys, because I'm already done with this watch list. I'm going to open up this watch list and let you guys get a solid look at it to see what's on my normal swing watch list. What you're going to realize is you're going to see a lot less stocks that are moving around. You're going to see a lot more up and to the right patterns on this swing trade. That's really what I try to keep up in. Okay, we might have to get into that. So we'll just say that for later, because I'm looking at some stocks I haven't looked at in a little bit. So we'll do that. Disney. Okay, now, guys, I liked Disney like here. So I'm a little bit afraid of Disney. I think I did swing Disney when it was like here, and I ended up going negative on it. But yeah, that's why I'm a little afraid of Disney, because like I feel like it's too low already. So I'd like to see it really start uptrending before I bought in. But I mean, it does look kind of solid here, how it's catching the SMA. It does look okay. So I'd say Disney looks healthy. I'd like to see it make more higher highs and more of an uptrend, but it looks healthy. We have the earnings coming up on the 7th, November 7th as well. So keeping it going here. Disney has a steady high dividend also. Are we talking about, this is Charlie, so we're talking about, I'm not sure what he's talking about. If he's talking about Disney, I'm not sure what he's talking about. I don't really keep up too much with dividends, to be honest with you guys. I like the idea of them, but it's just not really my personal way I trade. USAC. Oh, I see. So you're talking about this has a good dividend. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is a good growth company that you would just buy and hold over time. So this is, guys, if you're holding like a portfolio that you're going to have for 20 years, this is something you're going to want to get. And you don't really care where you buy it. If you're going to have it for 20 years, it doesn't really matter too much if you get it at this range or this range. If it has the dividends and this is something you're going to hold for a few years, yeah, it doesn't really matter when you buy some of these things. But I'm talking more for like swing trades, okay? Not so much considering the dividends. So Disney, yep, we already did. Disney, thanks you. Oh, Boeing, that's a good one, Lashman. Okay, so Tiva we already did. Okay, thank you, Charlie, for keeping me up on there. See, I know I could look up the dividends. If you just look anything up into Google, guys, you should be able to see all their information, like the market cap, all that, and including like the dividend information. It just really doesn't pertain too much to what I have going on. So if you are interested in dividends, I recommend just Googling the tickers, and you'll be able to find all the information for the company. So I'm going to go ahead and check out Boeing, but I also just want to read this. So Roku looks like a great swing. I want to wait till they go down again, although there are a lot of good news on them. What do you think? Okay, so we'll start Roku and then we'll go Boeing. Keep doing that. We're on this side. Oh, wait, no, we did Roku. We did do Roku. Okay, so would you say there was good news on it? Oh, just a great swing. Oh, you want to wait till they go down? Okay, here's the thing. I mean, I like them right now. I like them right now, but here's the thing, like I said, you don't know when it's going to peak out. So there's two things I'd watch out for here. Or there's a couple things. So I'd watch out for this area here because you have the resistance here, support here, and it's kind of at this area here. So it could find some rejection here. So I can understand why you say you want to wait for it to go a little bit lower. Now, I'd like to also say that stocks are totally known for coming up to like points like this where they probably should go down and then breaking through them. You know, stocks are meant to do what people don't expect. So this is kind of a gamble on something like this. I don't really like to trade things that can go 50-50 both ways. I like to buy something where there's like a 90% chance I'm right, and if I'm wrong, I can cut my losses. So, I mean, if you don't think you can do that here, then I would stay away from it too. A good idea might just be wait for the to wait for the earnings because I mean it's overextended absolutely, but it doesn't look bearish to me at all. I don't really see this going down below the SMA line until the earnings, to be honest with you. In my opinion, I don't really see it breaking below the SMA line. It looks pretty solid to me. And I probably will make new highs before the earnings. So that's a tricky one. That's definitely a tricky one. And then we said Boeing, right? Okay, so BA. Let's check it out. Ooh! Did they already have earnings today? They had to have. Yeah. No, they didn't. 23rd. Why did it drop so much? Did news come out? Oh, okay. So we had some news all day today. Okay, well, I'm not going to bore you guys with me reading news articles, so I'll just do some technical analysis. Following a horizontal pattern, we have some pretty decent resistance. Oops. We have a pretty good resistance around this area here, this $380 range. Pretty good resistance here. Okay, I wonder if this was a support previously. Let's go a little wider here. Give it a second. No, okay. So this wasn't really, never put it as a support. But if you look here, we have ranges of resistance, support. So if we zoom in here, we can see a little range right here, which is where we're at, is a common resistance. And then another one a little bit farther down, another one a little bit farther down. So I'd stay away from Boeing until we see an uptrend, guys. I mean, this does not look like something I'd want to swing right now, especially with the type of movement that it had today. I mean, look at that these red candles and the past. I guess it was that Friday, right? Yeah, that Friday had mean Friday. I don't even know why I didn't notice that. Can I just say something, guys? When the Boeing airplane crashed, I was very surprised at how much of an impact it had on the stock time-wise. So I expected the big drop. I think it was right around here when it happened. I'm not sure. I don't want to look dumb. That might just be when the NASDAQ started to go down. But I think this is when that crash happened with the airplane. I just didn't think it would go down as much as it did and hold down. When it happened, I remember thinking like when it's like around when it found some support, I was like, okay, it's gonna go right back up and make new highs because Boeing's like a solid company. And that never happened, which was really surprising. So weird. Let's just keep it going. When I look at on Google what ticker I will need to check. Thanks. Okay, so depends. So so when you look on Google, you're looking up a ticker. So I'll go on to my Google and we'll look one up in a second here. But you're gonna go into all the information and you're gonna be able to see like the market cap. We'll look one up. Why don't you? Who said that? Rich. Why don't you go ahead and pick any company, any ticker you like, and we'll go ahead and see if it gives dividends, and we'll go check everything like that on Google, and we'll do a quick search through for there, and I can show you how to find all that stuff. So when I say that, I mean you can look up any ticker, such as Apple, Amazon, Roku, anything you want, and find everything about them, the price, the market cap, how many outstanding shares there are, if there's dividends, all that stuff. Bad news on Boeing? Yeah, I guess so. You're not kidding, Beth. Bad news on Boeing is right. They tanked. Okay, so BIMI. B-I-M-I. Last one from your guys' suggestions. I'm totally down to go back and revisit more suggestions, but I'm going to move into my next watch list after this one. So to me, this looks like a pump and dump. I'm going to be honest. I don't know anything about it. It could be a totally legit company. But yeah, to me, this looks like a pump and dump. Doesn't look good. The fact that it went from $1 to $12, I would stay away, guys. I mean, I don't know anything about the company. Maybe it's like some great thing that they just came out with that I should be up on game about it, and maybe I should be buying it too. But I mean, These candlesticks don't look very bullish to me. Look at how they just get pushed right back down. Almost every one of these is almost a doji. We had the one great green day, the massive red day right after. Looks like a pump and dump to me. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Shopify. Okay, so we didn't check out Shopify on here yet, so we'll do Shopify on Thinkorswim, and then I'll actually, we'll start by Googling it. So let me make a new tab. So we're gonna do Shopify. So I'm gonna look it up by the name. Actually, I'm not gonna look it up by the name. So I just know it's Shopify, but I'm just gonna look up shop. Actually, that's too common of a word. So, oh, it worked. Okay, so I didn't think it would work because I thought like shopping stuff would come up, but this actually did come up. So this is what you're looking for. This right here, guys. Okay, you're looking for this. I think this is posted by Yahoo, if I'm not mistaken. Going to be posted by Yahoo. Oh no, this is Google. I thought this was Yahoo Finance. Okay, so you're going to be looking for something like this right here. This is what you want to find. You can find it also. I think they had another one. Yeah, they have all this information right here. I think you could click it and find more information, but we're going to go right through here. So we have Shopify, ticker symbol SHOP on the New York Stock Exchange, right? And it's going to be $319.73. Pretty simple stuff. How much was it up today? You can see the different charts. I'd rather use Thinkorswim. I think Thinkorswim, you can get all this information too, but I just like to Google it. So open, high, low of the day, or the time frame that you're on. Now we have the market cap. Okay, very important. Dividend yield. So there is no dividend on Shopify, okay? So this is, if you want to find out if something has, you'd find dividend yield here, and you'd see something here to represent how much you're going to get paid for a dividend. And then you can see the previous close, 52 weeks high and low. This is important to understand, to have a grasp of, but you're not really going to need to be a stock trader. You're not really going to have to. You don't need to know how to like read this stuff. You don't. It's not like a necessity, but you really should have an idea of what's going on here when it comes to this stuff. Okay, so let's go out of here and see what else you guys are saying. So shop. Okay, so we'll take Shopify over to Thinkorswim, and then we'll check out FTX too. Definitely pump and dump and Bemmy. Thank you, Beth. Can I like comments on this? Yes. Okay, it definitely is. Nike. Okay, so you know what, guys? We're getting too many comments, in which I'd love it. It's not too many, but this is going to take too much time for me to go through my swing trade watch list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it back up for you guys to all just take a good solid look. If you want to look through these stocks, you're going to find some that we already were looking through. But what you're going to find is they're mostly all up and to the right. This whole watch list that I have set up is for stocks that are up and to the right, growth companies, things that you can hold on to it for a long time. So I hope that you guys like them. Like this stuff should be helpful for you guys. Let me remove this. This list is pretty solid here that I have. Okay, I've had this watch list around for a very long time. Just getting together all the stocks that kind of are up and to the right. Sure, there's some bad ones in there. I'm sure I haven't really gone through this list in quite a while. I was gonna go through it today and delete all the bad ones, but we had way too many people talking. So next time I do a live stream, we'll start off with this swing trade watch list, and then we'll go to the comments afterwards, which is really what I should have done, because today I went through my I don't know why it's labeled index. There's no indexes in here, but I went through like stocks that I usually day trade, like just blue chip stocks that I day trade with options, when I really should have just gone through here. But I left it up, I think, long enough here now where you could just screenshot it or something to check out every single one of the ones I have on my swing trade list. Guys, like I said, these things are mostly all up and to the right. Like, you're going to find some really solid stocks when you check out this list. And really, I should swing trade more. I'm a lot more attracted to day trading. But there's some great stocks in this. I wanted to go through this watch list, but if to cancel out, I'm going to show you guys, and you guys should check it out for sure. But now I'm going to get back to going through all the stocks you guys are recommending. I'm actually like super happy, by the way, that so many people are commenting. Like, we have people live. Like, I didn't really expect a great amount of people. There's not a ton of people. There's not hundreds of people, but like, I already have 4 likes on this. This is awesome, guys. Like, I didn't really expect much out of this live stream. Okay, so let's keep going. Thank you guys again. But we have Shopify, okay? Looks good. I mean, look at this uptrend. Looks good to me. We have earnings coming, so I'd be careful. Actually, I would be a little bit more cautious, because it looks like it had this red day where it looks like a lot of people would have bought in for like a pullback of the breaking new highs, and then it kind of came down. Like, it broke through here, and then it has this little resistance which it broke through, and it started making higher highs, and then just starting to pull back down. So I would be careful and wait for it to maybe start coming back up again. Maybe at least break this I'd want to see it at least above here. Okay, before I got back in, before I got into Shopify, but I mean, it looks solid enough. Shopify's a pretty good company, so I expect good things. Shopify's another one of those ones. I think when I bought in like right here, expecting it to like keep going, and then it dropped, and I'm like, damn, I had to cut losses. But another one of those that just moved up into the right pretty well, so I just expected great things from it. FDX. Is this FedEx? I'm not sure. I think it is. It is FedEx. Okay, I'm not dumb. FedEx looks good for a short-term swing trade, maybe. I would just be very careful around this little area here. It looks like it has some type of resistance. Why is my tool not working? I'm trying to draw a line here, guys. Here we go. It looks like it has some type of resistance here, or that created from previous supports. So I'd be careful right around here. But I mean, it definitely looks good. It's curling up, and it looks pretty good to me. I would just be cautious, and we don't have earnings for a while longer on this one, not until December. So, yeah, not too much to really worry about here. I mean, it's a downtrending pattern overall, but there is still room. It's probably going to retest this SMA, judging by this, and this. I just don't know how soon that could happen, so I would be more cautious. I'm more bearish on this. If I was to trade this, if somebody said you have to trade this, I'd wait for it to get a little bit higher and start coming down, and then buy some puts or short it. I don't really love the idea of going long on FedEx. And Nike. Nike, another good just growth company. Is this in my swing? I don't think this is. This needs to get added right now. I don't know why I don't have this. Okay. So another good growth company. Already passed earnings season on this. So nothing to worry about them. And I mean, guys, this just looks solid. I mean, look, it had this resistance here that it was able to break. Came over and broke it. And we've just been trending up basically since. So, I mean, I don't see, like, anything wrong with it. It looks like a completely healthy company. I mean, I like Nike a lot. I'm wearing Nike right now. Let's see. STMP. Oh, Stamps.com? I don't like this. You said it killed it today? I want to check out the 1 day. I mean, the 1 minute chart. Oh, aftermarket? Yeah, definitely killed it aftermarket. Holy crap, it went up. Whoa, like a 25% increase. Wow, that's big. What is going on? What did Stamps do? Like create a new stamp design? Let's see what the news came out. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just expanded deliveries. I don't want to be reading news reports while have people live watching me, so I'm not going to bore you guys with going through the news reports. But yeah, Stamp actually went off during pre-market. It went off. It's like jump up to like this high. I was gonna say I don't like how it's like near this SMA, but I mean it's up to like here now. So that looks pretty good. I would just be careful because when things have that huge rise like that, you can usually expect to pull back. So I'd be a little cautious. And earnings coming up on November 17th, so nothing too crazy. That's the part I was shocked about also with the $1 to $12 candle on Bimmy. Thanks. Yeah, anytime you see anything you see anytime you see a trend like this, be very careful. Especially especially if it has like these massive spike ups throughout like a downtrend. That's a pump and dump, guys. So when you look at Bimmy, that's a pump and dump. Downtrend with like little spikes and then this massive one, absolutely a pump and up here, unless there's some crazy technology that just came out. But yeah, definitely something I would watch out for is when you see a trend like this that kind of has these little spurts up, just a sign of a pump and up penny stock. Can you explain a bit how a dividend will affect the stock? So when it comes to dividends, it doesn't have too much of an effect on the stock. Really, the only difference between a stock that has a dividend and one that doesn't is that stocks with dividends won't go up completely exponentially. I think my camera's first, so maybe I should be going like this. Anyway, I think I'm mirrored. That's what I'm trying to say. But anything that like has a dividend isn't really going to go up exponentially. So like a great company that doesn't give dividends, all that money that would go into dividends is going to get put into the stock price, so it's going to go up higher. But when a company gives back dividends, they're not going to go up as much, if that makes sense. So like they're giving you the profits in the same, they're still giving you the profits that the company's making, like the company's doing well and they're still like giving out that money, but instead of in the form of a higher stock price that you own, they're just giving you an actual cash payment with a dividend. So the difference between a dividend stock and one that isn't is one, a dividend stock really won't go up as much, but also dividend stocks tend to be more growth stocks that have more of a natural up and to the right pattern to them anyway. So it's kind of tricky, but yeah, expect more growth in actual stock prices with things that don't have dividends. Where was I? Okay. Can you explain a bit how? Oh yeah, I already did that. Yes, AH. Why do I feel like I know what that is? I don't know what AH is. Oh, don't tell me you don't want to load now. Could you do a live chat on options one day? I barely know anything about it. Absolutely. So the only reason I haven't done more videos about options is that I just started kind of trading them myself. I'm gonna try to pull up AH on my phone. I'm not doing anything weird here. I'm just gonna try to pull it up. But yeah, I just started trading options myself a couple of weeks ago, and what I did is I just did a lot of research online. I'm not getting this AH to even come up on my phone. You guys probably can't see this, but I can't even get this to pull up on my phone. So I don't know what that is, but that might not be supported because like Amazon will still pull up. Yeah, so I'm not sure what that is that you just submitted there with it. Oh, he's saying yes. Beth is saying yes. Ah, I'm retarded. I'm stupid. Okay, guys. So yeah, the Charlie Brown. So the options, yeah, I'll do some more videos on them. The reason I haven't is just because I'm not that knowledgeable about them. Like I said, I started doing them about a week ago, and I've just been looking on things online, reading as much stuff as I can, and testing it out, paper trading, and I've been able to figure it out a little bit. It's definitely very complicated to do the math, so just I will do a video when I understand it better, but just to give you a little bit of an idea, it's basically a more leveraged stock. So it's basically you can trade the same stocks. So you can still trade Amazon, but you trade options contracts, and it's basically just more leveraged. Without getting too into it, when you trade on Amazon, it goes up 1%. If you trade that with options, you could make like 100% on that same 1%, trading the same move, just trading contracts instead of shares. So it's basically just a leveraged way to trade. I like to put it like this: like it allows somebody with $1,000 to trade a stock as if they have 100,000. Right? That's the way I like to put it. It kind of makes everything a penny stock. I want to see how to watch the news too. Okay, well, I can definitely make some more news videos. I plan on doing some of those, but just for now, in the meantime, I always check CNBC and Market Watch. Those are my two main news outlets, and anything I find in there, I always put in the Discord. So if you want to get a little idea of what I'm looking at, check out the Discord. I always put a watch list before 9 a.m. in there, so that's something I always do, and that's something I really try to go hard with. So yeah, if you want to check out news, check out CNBC, and check out Market Watch, and then just check out the Discord where I talk about what I'm trading. Um, I want to see how you watch the news. Oh, after hours on STMP. Yeah, they went crazy after hours. They went crazy. That 25% move was no joke. I want to know what that was about. You said it was news, I believe. Yeah, you said there was some news. I looked at AHH because of what the was said. I don't know what you're trying to say. Oh, he's saying he was also confused, I think. Wow, this AHH, I don't know anything about it, but it kind of looks nice. This is kind of a nice upward to the right trend. Okay, so it looks like another strong dividend. Yeah, no, AH does look. This looks like a solid company, a good growth company, something that you could just buy. You could buy right now, and it looks good for the future. Options, be careful with the spreads. Yeah, options they're definitely not for risk averse people. They just aren't. And I also would say they're not for beginners either. It's definitely, I mean, I don't think Charlie Brown is a beginner, but any beginners here, I wouldn't recommend jumping right into options at all. Like, definitely not. They're definitely for more risk averse, risky people. They're not for risk averse people, I should say. If you don't like risk, stick to stocks and shares for sure. I just went on a wild tangent. On what? What are you talking about? Let's have a conversation. What are you tangenting on, Charlie? Because of what he said, and found that. I don't know exactly what you're referring to, but AH does look pretty cool. AAH does look like a good growth company. I think that's what he's talking about. But guys, I don't think there's really too much more to talk about. I mean, I could talk for hours about options. I could talk for another 2 hours about this swing trading watch list that I have here that I meant to get into. I guess we're almost an hour in and I haven't even been able to touch it. So we went through a couple of stocks there. You've only been trading for a year. That's good. I mean, you Charlie, it seems like you know what you're talking about. So yeah, I like to see that you kind of have an idea. Like you don't sound like somebody who's been trading for a year. You sound like somebody who's been trading for a year and a half, 2 years. I like that. That's what we need to have, guys. I really have this whole account on all these channels really just promote everybody to do better because 90% of traders fail. And you know what? When I heard that, I told myself, wow, like that's awesome odds. Like I think about becoming like a basketball player or a baseball player, and you don't even have 0.5% of a chance. But with stocks, I have a 10% chance of becoming successful. Like that's amazing. I know I can do that. And I know that every single person in here can too as well. So that's why I created this stuff to keep everybody going and really just get it going. But guys, we're at 50 minutes now. I really don't want this to hit an hour. So I really appreciate every one of you guys that came in here. I appreciate like super, super duper appreciate everybody, excuse me, that was commenting throughout the stream and helping me have some content to actually analyze some stocks. Like you guys are the best. You guys are the GOAT. So I really appreciate that, guys. Like none of this would be possible without you guys, and it's only getting bigger and better. So like you guys are in it from the jump. So we have some very big things to keep going here. So thank you, Charlie. Thank you. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate every one of you guys. So yeah, I'll see you guys all tomorrow morning. The Discord's gonna be lit. Let's all have a green day tomorrow, okay? I'm glad that you like this, man. Seriously, Charlie, I love this. I love you. This is awesome. This is like something I love to do. My friends aren't into stocks, so like I'm created all this to make friends that are into stocks. Like this is like what I love to do. I like try to call my friends up on the phone and the market open and just talk to them. They don't care about stocks, so like I love being able to talk to you guys. But of course, yeah, you guys have a good night too. I'm glad I was able to answer you guys' questions. We're gonna start doing this more often. Hey. What do you mean Gunna's gonna go do some studying? Gunna? Oh, no, I'm kidding. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, no, I'm playing with you. And not Gunna. Ain't no Young Thug, no Gunna. But now guys, I really do appreciate it. I'm not before I ramble on any further, I just want to say thank you. And yeah, I'm out. We'll be in it tomorrow. We're gonna have a green day tomorrow, alright? The Discord's gonna be lit. We're all gonna share our analysis. But yeah, until then, I'm the Stock Guru, guys, the coolest stock trader, and I'm glad that we could all be part of this together. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.